Good day, everyone, and welcome to another exciting vocab lesson. This is Mr. Stitt, and today we're talking about week 18 for my 7th grade students, their vocab words. So here they are this week: excursion, confluent, accelerate, gingerly, famished, and depleted. So let's jump right into the words this week. The first word this week is excursion. Excursion. Now this is a noun, so it's a thing, but it can also somewhat be a verb because it is something that you do. And it is a short trip or outing to some place, usually for a special purpose and with intention of a prompt return. So an excursion is kind of like a trip on a train, a ship, or some other sort of vehicle at a reduced rate. So I could take an excursion in nature. So this is a beautiful like wilderness hike or maybe a camping trip. You could also take an excursion to an exotic country that you've never been to or a big major city that you've never visited. Synonyms for excursion will be cruise, expedition, jaunt, outing, safari, tour, or trip. Excursion. The next word this week is confluent. Confluent. Now this is an adjective, and it means or describes a flowing or running together of two things. Now it's typically two rivers or two small streams coming together or blending into one. So in this image here, let's take a look. We have this stream coming from the top center of the picture, and this other stream coming from the bottom right of the picture, but it looks like they're coming together almost like a fork in the road, but in reverse because they're coming to now one river. Here, they are confluenting, or it's becoming a confluent of two rivers into one. Now, you can have this happen in many different things. I think a lot about music. There is a confluence in music. Sometimes you can hear like rap and country music coming together. You know, it's an interesting sound, two different things coming together. Movies do this sometimes. You can have an action movie with some romance in it. There's two themes coming together as one. And so synonyms would be flowing, joining, mingling, coming together, or connecting. Confluent. The next word this week is accelerate. Accelerate. Now this is an action or a verb, so it means to cause faster or to create a greater activity, development, progress, or advancement. So anytime you speed things up. Now I have an image here of a car and a speedometer that tracks how fast you go in that car. Now you can go from 0 to a very high rate of speed in a car very quickly, so you accelerate from low speed to high speed. But you can see all throughout culture acceleration of technology. We went from corded phones to wireless phones to now we have beautiful smartphones, and into the future we're going to make even more advancements. So synonyms of accelerate would be to advance, to further, hasten, to quicken, or to stimulate. Accelerate. The next word this week is gingerly. Gingerly. Now this is an adverb, so it describes the way you do something, and it means to do something with great care or caution or warily, or it can also mean cautious, careful, or wary. So if you look at this image here, this man needs to be very ginger, or needs to do what he's doing gingerly, cautiously, or carefully. If he makes a misstep, he's going to fall very, very far and potentially get hurt or even cause life-threatening or death. So he needs to be very careful. Sometimes you need to do your homework gingerly. You need to do it with great care and caution. Oftentimes you need to handle things gingerly, like your cell phone or someone's important artifact of some kind. You don't want to be careless and drop it and damage it. So synonyms would be cautious, calculating, considerate, dainty, delicate, safe, timid, or wary. Gingerly. The next word is famished. Famished. And many of you experience this right before lunch or right before dinner. It's an adjective meaning extremely hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. That's what famished means. You haven't eaten in a long time, and so you are ready to dig in and eat well. You might be famished after playing a sport or some sort of sporting event. You might be famished after a long road trip where you didn't get to eat any snacks. And famished also means synonyms of this word would be empty, hollow, hungry, or starved. Famished. The next word this week is depleted. It's very similar to famished, but in a slightly different way. And it means to decrease seriously or exhaust the abundance or supply of something. So if you are famished, you're depleted of food that you desperately need. This bucket here is now depleted of water because we have poured it out on the ground. Your brain can be depleted after a long day at school. Your energy can be depleted after you play a sporting event super hard. And synonyms for this word would be drained, reduced, vacant, weakened, lessened, emptied, or wasted. Depleted. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week. Here's a summary of the words that we learned: excursion, confluent, accelerate, gingerly, famished, and depleted. Thanks again for joining us. I hope to see you next time. Bye.